Hey guys, Sally Stitches here, and I am here with my April book wrap-up. In the month of April, I read 8 books, and I'm pretty proud of that. I knocked quite a few off my TBR list, plus I started a graphic novel series, which I never thought I would do, and I really like it. So let's just get started, and I will let you know what I read this month and if I liked it or not. So first, I'm going to start with my graphic novel series. I borrowed Chew. And this is a really interesting graphic novel about this. It's about a detective that helps to solve mysteries by eating things. And it's kind of gross, but it's really awesome. And I read Volume 1 and Volume 2 this month, and I'm going to continue this series. I gave both of them 5 stars each because I actually really liked them. And I never thought I would say I liked a comic book. So graphic novels might be something new that I try more. But in the month of May, I will probably read a couple more of these as well. I'm borrowing them from a friend, so it's kind of nice. And next I actually read Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins. I read The Hunger Games a couple years ago when the first movie came out, and I loved it, and I never read it. And so I'm trying to make my way through. I want to read Mockingjay yet in the next couple months and finish the series. I actually really enjoyed this. I gave this a 5 stars, and yeah, I just really enjoyed it, and it was a very quick, pleasant read. So I am finally getting caught up on some of the series that I have not finished. Next, I read The Longest Ride by Nicholas Sparks, and I am a Nicholas Sparks fan. And I read this mostly because the movie just came out this month as well, and I did go see the movie. I was pleasantly surprised by both the book and the movie. They might actually be my favorite Nicholas Sparks story so far. I haven't read all of his books yet, but I've read a good chunk of them, and I really loved this one, and I didn't think I would because I'm not super into like rodeos and cowboys and such, but holy smokes, this is good. And like I said, the movie pleasantly surprised me as well. So definitely go check that out if you're into chick flicks, which I actually am not, but I mean, it was a really good story. So I gave that one 5 stars as well. I had a lot of 5-star books this month, and I feel really lucky about that. I had a really excellent reading month, and like I said, a lot of them got knocked off my TBR list. So that's also another plus. So the next book I read was I finally read Ready Player One by Ernest Cline, and holy smokes, like, if you are an 80s geek or a video game geek or a Star Wars nerd or anything, you need to read this book because it is super awesome. I don't even know how to talk about this. We read it for my book club, and it was probably the best discussion group that we've had so far. Everyone really enjoyed it, and I read it super fast because I did not want to put it down. And as soon as I was done reading it, I wanted to pick it back up and read it again. So 5 stars for this one. Definitely read this now. Next book, I read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis. I'm probably the only person on earth that has never read this book and didn't know what it was kind of about. If you don't know, it does have lots of Christian type undertones to the book that kind of smack you over the head, and I wasn't prepared for that. And like I said, I'm probably the only person on earth that did not know that that happened in this book. I really was enjoying this book till probably like close to halfway through when they really like threw those in your face, and I was like, oh, okay. And so I gave it a 3 stars just because I did enjoy part of the book, and I think the story would have been really awesome if it hadn't gone that route. Once it kind of got to that point, I just kind of was like, meow, I just want to finish this. So, wah. I do have a few others in the series, and I was debating on reading them, but I'm not really sure if I'm going to do that anymore. I might have to give these books away, because I don't know. Just wasn't for me. So, that one I did give it 3 stars, but like I said, it was just kind of like, okay. And then the next book, I finally got around to reading The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. And this was another holy smokes book. I could not put this guy down. I don't even know how to describe this book to people. Like, I've been trying to figure that out since I read it, because obviously I want to recommend it for people. And I'm just like, it's like fantasy mixed with like magic, and then like the circus aspect of it. I don't know. So it's about this circus that travels at night, and it's just really mysterious, and on top of that there's another challenge going on. I don't know. I don't want to really give things away. It's just one of those books that you need to just read. And I think it's also one of those books that you either do like or you don't. And I definitely did. I gave this 5 stars because I could not put it down. I was totally swept away into this world. The way that she describes things, I mean, I felt like I could see things. I felt like I could smell things. It was really awesome, and all I wanted was to be in this world. It's crazy. It blew my mind a little bit. You know, people have been telling me for a long time to read it, and I'm like, okay, I'll get around to it, Holy smokes. Get around to it. So, my last book that I ended up finishing this month was Animal Farm by George Orwell. I also am probably the only person on this planet that has not read this book. We were supposed to read it in high school, and I didn't. I don't know. I didn't read it because I'm not good at reading things. If people are like, you have to read this. I read things because I want to read them, and I just figured it was about time. I finally picked it up, and I read it in a day, and I did enjoy it. I obviously kind of knew what it was about. It was interesting to actually, like, read it and see how he played it out. I gave it 4 stars just because I wasn't, like, I don't know if it's a book that I'll ever read again. Like, it was good, and I did enjoy the story, and I did enjoy, you know, the metaphors and whatnot, but it was fine. So, like I said, I gave it 4 stars. But I consider this a book that if you haven't read it, you probably should at least read it once in your lifetime, just because it's one of those classic books, and it is really interesting story, and I liked it. So yeah, that was all my books. They were basically all really amazing, and I am super happy with what I got done. So let me know down below if you've read any of these, if you love any of these, if you hate any of these, and yeah, we can chit chat about them a little bit. So with that being said, that is my April wrap up. I will see you all next month. Bye. Whatever he puts in his mouth, wait, that sounded bad, and was pleasantly, I do what I want, basically.